Hi there, that's right, it's Nick Dutch and I'm back on the camera again one more time. One of the many questions I'm asked with great frequency is, have you ever seen a demon? Which of course is, a throwback to my earlier days of my YouTube career when I did the wonderful video which has got like the most views and the most regular views out of all the videos I've done on this particular YouTube channel, which was Demonology, How to Summon and Control Demons, which was a very basic outline on the subject of certain forms of religious or spiritual practice, which is essentially just a version of or a form of spiritual practices which are done in nearly every single culture, nearly every single religion worldwide. It's just that, there is a particular medieval association with some particular practices and of course associated with some particular forms of theology, and that's essentially why the word demonology was appropriate. Now, I wouldn't be the person I am today, I wouldn't do any of the things that I do unless I had had strange experiences. I mean, I've had experiences of seeing ghosts, angels, different forms of spirit things. I've had prophetic dreams, I've had astral projections, I've had what feels like communication with something else which is of an apparently supernatural nature. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. I've also experienced, I've received spiritual healings from other people, and I've been able to describe what the sensations were, which were really rather incredible. And to be able to relate that back to the healer, and yes, hey presto, that was something to do with what the healer was actually visualizing when they were doing the work upon me, so that was also fascinating. And I've done spiritual healings on other people, and they have reported back certain sensations of an anomalous nature, which also makes me think, yeah, there's something interesting going on here. And again, this is just the tip of the iceberg. So strange things do happen. And once you've had a few strange experiences, part of your next task, the way I see it, is to try and understand it. And then from that, to try and control it. Now, to try and understand something which is plainly above and beyond human understanding is of course, by its very nature, completely impossible. This is why people develop a religious understanding or a simplification based upon belief, because they can't properly understand it. I mean, we are human individuals. We've got a limited ability to understand the world. We've got limited senses. We've got limited brains. Despite the fact that we're the brightest creatures on the face of the planet, we're still pretty friggin' limited. And unfortunately, we just got to accept that. Now, if there is a reality outside of the physical, when basically as human beings, the top minds in the entire species are still struggling to understand the physical world, then how on earth are we going to come to a complete and total understanding of the apparently astral or apparently spiritual world? The bottom line is, I don't think we ever can. So all we can do is experiment and explore. So the other part of my task, apart from trying to understand what all this weird stuff is about, is to try and find ways of controlling it. And after a time, I come to the conclusion that essentially what's needed is all the states of consciousness, different focuses of awareness, namely being aware of specific different things or sensing things outside of yourself, sensing things inside of yourself, and just playing around with the states of mind that you've got, as well as creating useful belief-related environments, because belief and the older state of consciousness itself seems to be somehow parts of the equation. And there's no real way of getting things perfect. So you can do lots of meditations or operations or rituals or whatever you want to call them to try and bring something about, and hey presto, nothing will happen, because we're dealing with massive, complex, chaotic systems such as the human body, the human brain, and whatever else is out there. There's lots of things that we just don't know. I mean, one of the many reasons I actually do this video blogging is just to help people to, I suppose, have a bit more confidence to experiment and explore. We're never going to fully understand the natural world, so how the hell are we supposed to be able to fully understand the spiritual world? And there's too many people out there who say, yes, I am the expert, all this stuff is darkness to me no longer, and what a heap of shit. People who think like that don't have an inquiring mind, and they've essentially just become dogmatic extremists, arseholes. They've got things wrong with them. But unfortunately, within the religious debates, whether it's here on YouTube or basically in the outer world, these are the people who shout the loudest, and therefore it is assumed that people who are trying to get involved with the occult are all like that, or you have to be like that in order to be someone who's involved with the occult and the rest of it. That's bullshit. Now, if a belief structure takes away your ability to think. You know, it's not necessarily good, or possibly it could be useful, so long as you can still apply reasoning and indeed challenge those beliefs and move beyond them. Within New Age circles, there are a few people who are willing to challenge their beliefs, but not too many of them. And therefore, you got to be your own man or woman. You know, just you got to be in charge of yourself. And yeah, do research broadly and see how things go. I don't think that there is a final level of spiritual development. I don't think that there is a final level of understanding or control of the occult forces. There are people who say, yes, there is, and I have reached it, and well, they're talking shit. They're not prepared to say that there are strange experiences which just happen. They're the people who end up turning around to you and saying things like, it works. And for those of you who've been following my channel for, you know, however long it's been, you probably get the, you know, the understanding that I despise the phrase, it works. Because it sells the idea that results, no matter what variety of results they are or how they're supposed to come about, are 100% reliable as me turning on this digital camera, as much as me turning on that light, as much as me, you know, just as reliable as switching on a piece of modern electronic technology. How can that be, and by what reasoning? Another question that people ask is, can you tell me how I can see a ghost or an angel or a demon so that then I will know? Well, hang on a second. If belief is part of it, and you're in a state of disbelief, I don't think I ever could make you know. But what I would suggest is you practice with all the states of consciousness and you research broadly and experiment broadly, and eventually something strange might happen. The things which I feel are most easy to bring about, and when I say easy, I don't mean totally easy nor totally reliable, will probably be an astral projection, or maybe the manipulation of spiritual healing energy. So maybe your search can start there, and you can play on with that, and then see how far you go, or how far you want to go with it. But other strange experiences are possible. I say they're possible because they've happened. They've happened to me. And I don't think I'm like a superior individual or a special individual because these things have happened to me. I don't regard myself as being some kind of saint or prophet or whatever. Because if I am, then everybody is. So, you know, screw that. And yeah, some of my strange experiences have led me to the point of having a reason to believe. But of course, a reason to believe and a belief are two different things. So get that in perspective. The main message of the whole channel has just been experiment, explore, and have fun. And I'll speak to you again soon. Bye for now.